Hi there everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about strings in Lua. Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be talking about strings in Lua. String is the Lua data type that represents text. So if we're going to be typing in some form of sentence into Lua, or even if we're receiving some user input from the console, for instance, the chances are that's going to be text, and that's going to be some form of statement or a string of words, and that's exactly where the data type name comes from, string. So how do we define strings in Lua? So we've got this requirement to have some form of text and script. How do we actually put that into our script? So strings are denoted by quotation marks. I'll give you an example. So if we have the string A, we need to be able to define that is actually a string within Lua instead of just some other identifier, for instance, like a variable name. The way in which we'll do that is by putting it in quotation marks. Now you can have that within single quotation marks, or you can have that within double quotation marks. However, what you need to make sure is that they always match. There's no way that you can have another string starting with a double quote and ending with a single quote, or vice versa. That won't be parsed correctly and is actually a scripting error. There is also other ways we can define scripts as well, string literals as well, which is the multi-line string. We'll do another video on that, so subscribe to the channel, and when you get that, when we do the update on that, you'll get that through as a notification. You can type pretty much everything that you want into a string as well, but there is an exception. So there's something called an escape character, and an escape character is quite simply a backslash. A backslash is a special character, and again we'll do another video on the detail of this, but for the moment all you need to know is that if you actually need a backslash in your string, then you'll need to make sure for that to come out properly that you put two of them. I'll go into another video which details exactly the why later. It will all make sense and you'll actually realise that escape characters such as the backslash are really useful. So there is also, it's worth noting that there is also the toString function as well, which is available in Lua. toString takes variables that aren't necessarily strings. For instance, you could have a variable that's a number. Maybe you want to be able to print out that number with a string and you can't do so because you need to have both of them as a string type, and you can do that using the toString function. So the toString function will take your variable and return a string representation of it. So then you can do whatever you need to it. Finally, it's worth noting that the string library in Lua, in the standard library, is full of really useful functions to do with strings. And there's going to be many more videos coming to see the depth and breadth of all of those functions that are within that. But when you need anything to do with your strings manipulating in any way, shape or form, head over to there. Don't forget, come back to the channel for more information on some of the tutorials that we'll do in the future to do with that as well. LuaScript's very much coming, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Go to luascript.dev for more information. And again, as always, if you're into financial market trading at all and you want to turn your Lua skills into coding our algo, head over to script.trading and subscribe to our mailing list over there. That software is certainly special and it's coming very soon. Thank you very much for joining us today. Subscribe to the channel to get more updates and we'll hear from you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.